I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for being in our part and being part of LSP-AGILE. And we're going to talk about how it is as facilitator in LEGO Serious Play. So we are really curious on what that is, but could you first tell something about yourself, who you are, what you do in a daily life, and how you got to LEGO Serious Play?
I'm Miranda Goris. I live in the Netherlands in a small village nearby Den Bosch. I work as an independent contractor. I have a really nice assignment at a big tech company. I really enjoy it there as a Scrum Master. I have already one team and I will gain extra teams in the upcoming month. And you asked how did I get into Lego? Of course, I have a small son and he's already using Lego a lot, and I like to help him with it. And then I found out that you can also use Lego to coach team, to help teams to improve. And then I was really my interest was there. And I think my first workshop was probably also with you. So you also helped me to be more interested in Lego and see the benefits of it.
Yeah, I remember well that we did with our intervision. We are coaches. We used to not always work in same companies. And as coaches, we do sometimes intervision to make ourselves better. And there I introduced once what LSP can do for you as a coach, right?
Yeah, I think that was one of the first real interactions with Lego and how you can use it to get better insights. Yeah.
But then, what happened then? You did the course?
Yeah, but then later I did the course, but also I experienced this with my art leadership team. We also did an offsite and also used Lego to improve the way we work together. And there I also really saw the benefits, and you can really see how art leadership then can get better connected, but also get better insights how you work with different teams. And
how does that work?
How does that work?
This sounds like a magic pill. Blue pill, red pill, take this one, you're fine.
How it works is like, for Lego, if you use your hands and you start building, you get other insights than you just, all of us also know the post-it workshops.
Yeah.
But then part of the team is always distracted and not really active. And when you use Lego, everybody is involved. But what I really like, and also as a participant, you get just other ideas than just trying to write down words. It's different when you start building and experiencing what bricks do and what you can do with bricks, and accidents happen, and then you get better insights. I really enjoy it. Also, when participants sometimes struggle with answering the question, and if you get them to just stupidly pile up bricks, doesn't matter what you do, then they think, and then something creative appears, and then when they have their story, that's sometimes even better than people that really think, I know what to build.
It's what we call, there's also the brain knowledge in people, like the brains are also in your hands. So we utilize everybody in the room, what we call then the 100-100, but there's also this part of, I sometimes say to people when we do a workshop, don't have a meeting with yourself, just start stacking stones or bricks together. And that somehow the subconscious part of the brain is also in our fingers. So our brain is much bigger than just that thing between our ears.
And I was also thinking back, already doing the training. I had a 4-day training with you, and then you already gain new insights while using the training also, because you immediately start developing your own workshops and you use your own background and your own teams. You are facilitating as Agile Scrum Master or RTE, and then you already get new ideas and insights. How can I use this to improve my teams? When I was done with training already had my first workshop ready to go.
So you almost earned back straight away the whole training because you could do a workshop straight away after.
Yeah, I think quite shortly after the training with my agile team, my Scrum team, I did a retro by Lego, and they really enjoyed it. So that was not because of you get really nice insights, but it's far more fun than all the stupid post-its.
But is it then fun or is the insight more important?
The insight is more important.
Yeah.
But I always like to have fun at work. So how bad is it if you get like really, really better insights, but it's also fun to do?
Yeah. I heard the other day a colleague of us say that fun and team building is collateral damage.
Yeah.
Sorry that it happened.
Yeah, indeed.
What do you think about that phrase? What do you think about it when you say, sorry?
Sorry. It's also nice. Yeah, sorry. Also, you get better insights in your colleagues, or you get you get better connected. Yeah, indeed. That's not the goal. That's also never for me the goal to do something fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry, it is fun.
Yeah, and having fun is, of course, a super important thing.
It also helps. It helps to relax the team. It helps them to also, I think, be more proactive, be more focused in the meeting.
Yeah.
Because what you see in retro, sometimes people are just more with their head, with things they need to solve or stories that they didn't finish. Sometimes the developers most of the time say, I would like to build. Now you can build with bricks instead of working on your software.
Yeah. And I noticed that it elicits metaphors and stories, while sometimes developers I used to work with have difficulty explaining things or making sense out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a different part of the brain that they're not used that often, but it is very important.
What you also see sometimes with different cultures in your team, or more like introvert persons in your team.
Okay.
Sometimes people are like also really shy, and you can see it in all of their non-verbal. Thanks, non-verbal communication.
Yeah.
But when they use Lego, they still speak up.
Yeah.
So with the workshop, what you do is everybody builds something and everybody explains it, and it's more easy to talk about your build.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe just speak up in general.
Yeah. And could you make it a little bit concrete? What is something that you had as an insight with the team? Could you, without maybe going into the details of the team, but what's something for you that you go like, oh, that is a beautiful insight. I would not have got that with just putting sticky notes on the wall. Can you take us with us?
Yeah.
So that other coaches and Scrum Masters understand what would be the value? Because I have, of course, an idea, but I'm curious to how would you say it?
Yeah, it's more when everybody has their own build and then you start combining it, the team gets a real different insight. For me, one of my teams is talking a lot about that somewhere in the future we will have a technical problem because we work on old techniques and we need to migrate. But due to the last workshop I did with them, the whole team really got the insight how huge it is. And now we also have a word for it. It's always about, nobody will understand it, but it's always about, the elephant is, how many paws of the elephant is in the boat. So how closely are we to the point of that our software will not work anymore? And what do we need to do to prevent that the elephant makes the boat sink?
Okay.
And when I explain this like this, it sounds strange, but it really helps the team. They have now a small world, and if only somebody says, is the elephant on the boat? No, this is completely something different. oh, now the elephant is on the boat, we need to do something. Or what the team really realized, that we need to make a good story where we explain others how bad it is. And that we now need to take action. And for me, this is, also for the team, we talked about it a lot, but now we know, okay, but we act now.
Yeah. Oh, so super interesting that what you say is that there's almost a new linguistic model appearing, a new language for the team to understand from each other what they mean with it.
Yeah.
Before they would say, "Oh, I understand what you mean," but what they would actually had to say is, "I understand what I mean with what you say."
Yeah, indeed.
And that's not what they do normally, of course.
No, or all, okay, of course, if you say so, it's a problem. I believe you, but now it's more like a team shared problem. It's now all of us have the same problem instead of, our architect is saying something, we need to do something.
So you say that workshops that you do with a team stay longer than just that workshop. Because I understand that they built something that was representing an elephant in a boat, and how much of the elephant was already in the boat.
Yeah.
But that became a new pattern that they could talk about. That means that the workshop stayed much longer in place than per se your moment of shine in the workshop.
Yeah, I think with a normal interaction you have with a team, what I see a lot, not always, of course, insights will be used and people take next steps.
Yeah.
But it's different when you really have a visual.
Yeah.
Then, for me, it works that I remember it longer.
Okay, that's true. It's what we call sensory rich. So and Lego is of course very sensory rich. It's tactile. There's emotion in it when people tell it. There's a visual component. There's an auditory component that it is in your brain. And that is what you find as a Scrum Master or a release train engineer, an RTA. What is for you? What would you say the team says about doing a workshop with them? How is it for the team members? Of course, I hear sometimes, "Oh, we're not going to play all day. We do serious business."
No, that's the funny thing. When you start and they never did it, then some of them, of course, really look forward to it and think, okay, let's start, but they think it's all about the play part.
Yeah.
And then later on they realize, oh, it's serious business. And we do have serious conversations. And indeed, others are really, okay, can I start developing? Can I start doing code? Because this is a waste of time all day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
what happens to the people that say, "Oh, this is a waste of time"? Does it stay through the whole workshop, or does it change, or?
No, I never experienced that. At the end of days, people still think I would have rather spent this day at my desk, at my laptop.
What do you say? Wait a minute. We have to rewind this part. You never experienced in a workshop that people said afterwards, "This was no value, forget it, this is a waste of my time"?
No, because always somewhere in the workshop.
Never ever?
I did a lot of workshops already, and then no, I don't think so. No, or they were not verbal about it, but for me that's the most enjoyable moment of a workshop. Then when there is a build and somebody or me just point out something and just ask, okay, what does that red brick or that black thing mean? And then somebody starts to explain, and then you really see all the people going, okay, tell me more. Or
they're leaning in.
Yeah, leaning in, okay. But also when they say, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, is this really happening? Or is this, oh, okay. And then when you continue, then everybody thinks, okay, we really need to do something about that. And everybody, but at that moment, I think the most people that are critical see the value.
Yeah.
Really, they hear new things, then.
And what do these critical people say then? Do they say anything about it, or just ignore it, or?
It's most of the time also non-verbal, like they're like really not really active, like far away of the table.
Yeah, they're like this. Oh yeah, you tell me.
Yeah.
They go towards this position.
Yeah, sometimes it's another Scrum Master invited me to join their team, and yeah, my Scrum Master made me come here or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later on you see it there. Yeah, they're most of the time they are not always verbal about it, but you see that they really actively start participating and start asking more questions, adding Lego.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize it because sometimes I have this critical person in the beginning. They come into the workshop and go like, let's see what this is, because I think I do really serious business and we cannot just have an all playful day.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is then sometimes they're even difficult to stop because there's very often a time frame, like you have like 3 minutes or 5 minutes to build something, to give an answer, and then they don't want to stop because they have more to say. And then it's super interesting to see their engagement. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I also notice more often that there's some time at the day that you have, of course, an idea for the workshop, and at some moment in time you think, okay, I think we had the most important thing for the workshop, and then I still have some questions left. But then you also notice that everybody is like, they really were engaged, and they are a bit, they are tired. They worked.
Yeah.
We think it's not work, but then by the energy, you also notice, okay, it is enough. We have the essence. We reached what we wanted to do today.
Yeah, we told what we needed to tell.
Yeah, everybody's really okay. Yeah, we know it now. We are going to do this, or okay, we have the insight, and then it's enough. So then everybody's really like, okay, we did what we needed to do, and then it's the work.
And that's also okay when the time box is not finished yet, and you're ready. You are ready. You can go.
Yeah.
And that's something I saw as a connection with the Agile world and Lego Serious Play.
No.
But what would you say for what is something that you have seen that you would say, oh, this is a commonality. This is something that is baked in Lego Serious Play, or this is inside the method and is in Agile.
You mean more like, okay, of course, we know all that Agile is all about transparency.
Yeah. Yeah, one cannot be not transparent with
with Lego.
It's impossible.
Yeah, everybody can see the build, turn it around.
Yeah, that's really cool for people that imagine there's two things built, right? There's this thing, for example, built, and somebody else built this. Well, you cannot say, yeah, whatever, what the other said.
Yeah, what he's saying.
How do you mean? So this transparency, you cannot hide anything, and their brain is going. It's super interesting.
Yeah.
Do you see that something with cultural differences then as well, that they have more easy way to access in the conversation as that they normally would?
Yeah, but that's what we had, what we talked about earlier in this conversation, that you see that everybody is part of the conversation. So it doesn't matter if it's cultural or just you're more introvert than extrovert, or you have just more, you are an extrovert, but there's somebody louder in the team. It doesn't matter then. Everybody gets their saying and their time to explain things. And you also, you really use everybody's brain to sort out a question you have.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about, and for me, I'm not always using the terms of, okay, Agile is this and Lego is this. I'm just using it and modify it where needed. So
I think, is that not true for every person that's working in Agile? We did the training and we called it LSP-AGILE because LSP is the method and we do it in an Agile surrounding. You also are member of our community because you did the training. You become member of the community if you like it or not. Some people are active, some people are less active. But what is something for you that you see? What is there a benefit for you to be in a community at all?
Yeah, of course, because then you get inspiration from others. Because it's more helpful, and you can just reach out to somebody and ask a question. Oh, I have this question with this team. These are my ideas to do in the Lego workshop. We all did the same training, and then you can just reach out to somebody and ask, okay, this is what would you do? And then you get a completely different idea, and then think, okay, I use this a bit and this for me, and then it becomes better.
Yeah, I remember that you and I, and of course I'm maybe an easy target in this, but also with a guy called Vincent. We were together, all three of us, at the tax attorney doing a workshop as well, and that's also coming out of that community.
Yeah, that also, and for me it's really nice because that's an organization I didn't know before, and I know my organization, and then you can see how the teams work there, and then you also learn. I learn, of course, when I see you and I see Vincent explaining things. And the other day I also did a workshop with another LSP colleague, and then you see everybody has his own style, and that's really, for me, I like to learn from others. That's also what works well for me. For me, it works when I see somebody do something. It's for me easily to copy and translate it to my own way of working. So that helps me.
Cool. And that is also why we want to have the training with all peers together, so that you quicker get, I'm gonna use it for this, or I'm gonna use it for that, and it gives a little bit more building part in the training as well. So that's why we choose to work with all peers to get a quicker deepening inside the session.
And it saves you a lot of time, because if you already know the agile way of working, and you know Scrum, and you know retros and all the rituals, and you know all the things you can run into, then you can immediately talk about, okay, but how to do this with Lego, how to ask this question, how can Lego support this question, or it's.
And do you feel that you can ask this question on your peers and in the community?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It works.
It's for you maybe, of course, but of course it's not in every community that it is very open and the way it is. Hey, I was surprised in the beginning. You told me that actually almost straight after the training you had already a workshop. How did you do that? How do you get workshops?
Yeah, I think by explaining what it can do, by really sharing with others, and of course, as a Scrum Master, you can just also you have some influence and just do it. So it's two ways. It's of course, when you experience what it can do, then you start communicating it to others and explaining. And then people get interested. And of course, not always. That's also always in a workshop. You have people that don't use it or almost never used it, but most people used it and are a bit interested. Okay, it's different. Let's try it.
Yeah, and most people in Europe and the US, and I think most people in the world have seen Lego before, and I think quite a lot of people played once or twice with it. So you say it goes actually very natural to sell it. You don't need to
not
do
always.
A whole sales training. It works pretty well for you.
Yeah. Of course, not always everybody says right away, but also what I noticed, sometimes I tell about it, and then maybe months later somebody said, now it's the right time. Now my team has, Because you don't want to use it for like the real simple things that you can just with one simple question or a simple meeting can solve. It's you want to spend time on it, then it's also nice if you have like a bigger topic that you tried to solve already a couple of times, or you had a couple of meetings, and then it's really okay. Miranda, now come on, let's use the Lego, and you told me a couple of times, let's try it.
But it's really nice, because I also believe that Lego solves questions that you could not solve before. It gives answers to questions there were no answers on before. And I also say sometimes, oh, well, if you did a retro and you thought, didn't get it. You try another retro and you go, didn't get it. And after the third time, you go like, I didn't get it. Maybe then it's a good time to start using Lego instead of using it wild every time. But then of course, for people that want to become LSP facilitator, does it have added value for you? Are you saying that you are more popular as a Scrum Master, or did you maybe also really make money out of it?
Yeah,
just to be concrete.
Typical Dutch question maybe as well. No, yeah, of course. No, yeah, I besides because I'm independent contractor, I have my regular teams where for a longer period of time I support them, but I also have like more team coach assignments where it's a short assignment where we do 6 interactions, and there I also use Lego, or when other Scrum Masters have a problem and reach out, we talked about this a lot, help. Then it's like a 1 day or 2 day session, and then then you also make money.
And then you also make money, But that's so what you thought about the investment? It's now 3,250 euros. Is it to be concrete? Is it helping? Is it an investment you can earn back, or is it nicely I spend it and I never earn this back anymore in my life?
No, I like your question, but when I started and when I did the workshop, it was all about that I believed in the way of working, and then that I experienced it myself and just thought, okay, I want to be able to have this in my backpack with all the other methods I already know and improve my tools. And it was for me not the goal to earn it back.
No.
But yes, I'm earning it back. That's how it works. But for me, it's also always about my passion is like really make teams work better together, because they are, of course, Lego is not all about enjoying, but I believe that if a team really is enjoying the work they are doing because it's in a flow, they are happy, they are communicating with each other. The work is not always easy, but it's like really a team that works well together. Then everybody's happier. So for me, it's more like, okay, I have an extra tool where I can support teams to make the next step when they stop. But also when you start with a team, the other day it was a team that was merged from different teams. And what was like really nice, we let them build a product vision and a team goal. And then they were at the start, but I think it will, you called it collateral damage. It helps them to connect. But they also get better insights. For me, it's more about that I think, it's an extra thing you have in your backpack to support teams.
Really nice. And I like it. You're thinking that most people will first think it's only good for retrospective. But you say, hey, the team is starting. We need to do like a foundation session almost. We have to make a mission and a vision for us as a team. And for that, it really works as well. How does that work then? Because they don't know each other yet. How does that work?
Quite easy. For me. Just with Lego, what we do is people build an individual model. So you ask a question like, okay, what do you find really important for this team? Or a question like, where do you want this team to be at over 3 months? and what's important for you to be really a happy team member, proud of this team. And people start building, and they have their own individuals built. And it can be, and then you have like all the nice Lego pieces. Yeah, I don't have the small piece, but yeah, somebody has a key, and then they can give meaning to the key, and then put it all to. Then after everybody has their own build and explained their own build, then you ask, in this case, if you want to have a team goal for the upcoming 3 months, then they start to build a collective team goal, and then it's really their build and their goal, and then everybody added from their own build what they think is important. And where you see, then you have a combined visual and a combined story, and you take a video, and then they have like in 2 minutes they explain perfectly together, okay, in 3 months we want to be there as a team.
And I can imagine that people who are listening and for the first time hearing anything about Lego Serious Play, they go like, yeah, right, this is too good to be true, to have a moment of a workshop, and then after X time they start making this shared model, and then at once they have consensus. How long does this workshop take? Like 5 months, 6 months non-stop? Or
no,
then they can have a story of 2 minutes. How does that work? Because I never had a team, never without Lego have a team that does that.
Because if you know Lego when you were building from a book, then you first need to learn how to use Lego in a work environment, how to put Lego for work. So that takes some time, less than an hour, but that takes some time. You need to start a workshop. People that work with groups more often know you need to introduction, and then you do the skill building, as we call it. And after that, after the first hour, then you can already ask the first bigger question. In half a day, you already have like your first big question answered. I like when workshops are a full day, because then you can do more. With such a starting team, I would have loved to do 2 days. But after half a day, you already have your first valuable output.
Answers. That's true.
Answers.
And it's sometimes in just a 90-minute workshop, we get so much more than other workshops of 4 days. And it's true. It's sometimes a catalyst to do really quick next steps for a team.
And that's also the benefit if yourself are trained as a LSP and you have your own Scrum team. My team, I don't do the skill building anymore. I can just give them the bricks and start asking the questions, and then it works. So
you do maybe a quick reconnect, and then off they go.
Then you can really use it as a retro. But the other day I did with one of my teams. Of course, you also have the debate about costs of your team. So we really dived into the topic: how can we show the organization that we deliver value? Also in Agile, it's all about delivering value. And it made the whole team more aware of it, but also it helped the team to be more critical when we work on features, also with stakeholders. The developers are really interactive also with the stakeholders, but it's not always about challenging, do we really need to do this? But now they also have the insight. You can look a bit wider. If we have a stakeholder that use our application but is still using an Excel sheet and doing all kinds of other things, okay, maybe we should ask our stakeholder, can we help you with that? So also adding more value to the organization. And that was also by a workshop of a full day.
And then for me, this is super interesting what you say now. So what the thing that I see sometimes in the world is that some people call Agile as dead. But I think they say is that we maybe didn't find a way to make it work in the bigger part of our organization. But the thing is that what I found a challenge, and I see this as a contractor within other organizations as well, there's always a challenge between IT and the business. And it's like we do things for them, and it should be more with each other. Would you think that an LSP Agile facilitator could also start this conversation with the bricks with somebody out of business? Or is this just good enough for developers?
For me, it would be really nice to facilitate a workshop where you indeed, as a team, request your stakeholders to join. And then, for example, when you need to, for your next PI, need to decide, okay, what features are the most important for us? And if you then have multiple stakeholders, you can build together. Yeah, what's important, for example, or this time we did the product vision with the team and the product owner to support the team, but the developers already said, yeah, but actually this is not a real product vision. We need to do this again, but then with the stakeholders present, because they have more valuable input, or more valuable, also really valuable input to create the best product vision. So I think it's more than logic to try to involve business with such a workshops.
Yeah, I agree. And I spoke the other day with a friend of mine in the US, and they created with the Lego Series Play actually the MVPs of the epics.
Yeah.
Let the business create an MVP. This is what I want that it does. And that was already a fun thing because developers were sitting there with epic owners talking about the whole thing. And then it went into the flow of ready. So then we start to do the valuation of it, of the WSGF. So that then we started to put that all in a line. And the interesting thing is you talked about individual models and about the shared model. This became like the mapping. We start to put them, we start to plot them, and where would they be on value?
Yeah,
and the fun thing is the epic owners start having the debate with each other. Why would it be more value, or why would it cost more? Mm-hmm. And the interesting thing is they start laying it together with the chief product owner, because they work also in a safe environment. They start putting it in like a value chain. And then then they would ask developers and architects what would be the size of building? How much time do you think? How much would this cost to make? And then the things changed again on position. And having it on the table, it became so much more real for people also how much work it was. So therefore, it says the question I asked you before, what kind of fit would it have with Agile? It is so implementable on so many tools, like you said, a retrospective, but also, hey, this is start of a team. We need to make appointments with each other. We have to make norms how we want to work together. In a flow to ready, you can use it. So it's super interesting in where to make it and make it very tangible for others too. Yeah, super interesting. What would your advice be to a person that is like in the ambivalence phase? Oh, should I do this training or not? And of course, you're going to say, yes, you should do it. But
no, I think
person is not going then. If you're not sure, why would I go?
No, I would say if you're not sure, just make sure that you can join a test where you can experience it yourself. Because for me it works to experience it myself.
Yeah.
And then I decide if I want something or not. So for me, maybe for others it works if you. There are probably also some YouTube movies, or reach out to somebody who used it and ask your questions. That would work for me.
Yeah.
But maybe a bold move. What I also did, I used it. I'm a mom of 2 young children, and I also used it at home. So if you have Lego at home, of course you then without any training. The question is how well it works, but you can try an experiment with it.
But why would you do the training? Being an advocate, why would you do the training?
There is a difference. In the training, you really learn how to facilitate. Before I did the training, I was already a really experienced facilitator for other kinds of workshops, and I thought, will I learn enough? But indeed, in the training, you really learn about all the different models, or all the different things and how you can ask the questions. And you need to know how to start adding everything to have a good workshop. And there are also things you could do with Lego. If you don't do the training, you never get to the complicated. For as a facilitator, there are some, how do you call it? Parts of the workshop that are really complicated.
Yeah.
And I noticed we had it in a training, and then I did it 2 times, and then I think, now I really understand. As a trainer, you can also still become better and better.
Of course.
You
yeah.
need to practice. So if you just go without training, you will never reach that. The more where you go more in depth with a team, you have like the more easy to go work parts of Lego Serious Play, but you have like the really more complicated ways of working. If you never did that in a training, you will not be able to facilitate it.
And maybe it's like a Scrum Master, right? Some people read the Scrum Guide, did the test, and they are Scrum Master. Yeah. And some people read it, did the test, but also start deepening themselves and learning more. And they have a different effect than the one that just follows the guidebook, right?
Yeah.
And there's no, for me, difference in it. I think you said it right. There's a possibility that if you just play with Lego and take the serious part out of it, you really have a fun team building.
Yeah.
And with us, I think team building is a collateral damage. That will happen too.
Sorry. Yeah.
And that would be for me the summary. Yeah. Good. Thank you for your time, Miranda. Is there anything else you think you want to tell everybody before we start to close the call?
No, I'm more like, if you have any questions, just reach out. If you when in doubt, ask a question.
When in doubt, ask the question. You can see the name of Miranda underneath in the picture, and I'm pretty sure you accept also, like me, almost everybody on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I like to connect with other people.
Exactly, and for me, it's a lifetime warranty. So if you think you want to ask questions about it, open up your lifetime warranty, connect with me, and I will answer every question you have. This is a lifetime warranty that expires as soon as I die. Yeah. But until that time, you can ask me questions. Miranda, probably then you are a watcher.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for your time and talk to you soon.